have always been plenty of reasons for prudent investors to steer clear of the crypto markets. Most obviously, there are the rampant, ongoing, and widely publicized scams. These contribute to bouts of wild volatility that have led the entire market to plummet more than 80% on numerous occasions. There is also crypto's precarious legal status. The latest big rally, which saw Bitcoin, the biggest digital currency, is one of the very best performing assets of the past decade, easily eclipsing gold and the S&P. Its price has climbed from $325 in January 2015 to its peak early this year, roughly 300-fold increase. One way to silence someone hosts Ethereum and then put the rest in 4 or 5 other blue chips like Solana, Uniswap, Aave, or Compound. To understand how a crypto asset might count as a blue chip, it's helpful to understand that every blockchain, like every company, comes with a narrative that explains why it is valuable and will likely remain so. In the case of Bitcoin, the narrative is intuitive and easy to explain. The original cryptocurrency is a store of value for long-term investors. HODLers in crypto parlance are confident that the worth of Bitcoin, whose supply is capped at 21 million coins, won't be affected by spendthrift governments or money-printing central banks. That's similar to the role gold plays in some portfolios. Bitcoin's status as digital gold has only grown as more companies and even nation-states have added it to their balance sheets. The U.S. became the latest of these when President Trump announced the creation of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. As for Ethereum, in narrative terms, it's a versatile, globally accessible computer that lets users carry out a wide range of tasks such as supply chain tracking and title registration using so-called smart contracts. Solana is billed as a newer, faster Ethereum. Uniswap and Aave, meanwhile, are leaders in decentralized finance, or DeFi, which describes a sophisticated technology for autonomous trading. In other words, these currencies are linked to blockchains that power value-generating, legitimate business activities, and the more broadly useful they become, the more their value should increase. Narratives, of course, should hardly be the only criteria for investing, as burned shareholders in fraudulent enterprises like Theranos or Enron will be quick to tell you. Even the most vapid of blockchain projects has legions of self-interested boosters who use social media, podcasts, and YouTube to cheer on worthless coins. Before buying, it's best to spend time reading about why a given cryptocurrency was invented and whether it is achieving what it set out to do. It's especially useful to consider how much of a coin's supply is controlled by insiders, often consultants or marketers who help launch the coin might cash in and dump it on the market if the price rises. And on the positive side, to see if a blockchain has an active community of developers adding technical contributions. There is another tactic buyers can take from the book of traditional investing, one that reduces exposure to price volatility. Purchase several small sums over a period of time and be prepared to hold over a long horizon. In Pacman's words, dollar cost average for 3 months, then don't touch it for 5 years. Finally, casual investors will find it much easier to purchase cryptocurrency now that large asset managers like BlackRock offer shares of Bitcoin and Ethereum in the form of exchange-traded funds available on conventional brokerage platforms. Buying crypto in the form of an ETF comes with an annual management fee, albeit a modest one, that investors won't encounter if they purchase crypto directly through a platform like Coinbase or Robinhood. The bottom line is that adding some crypto to one's portfolio still isn't for the faint of heart, but it doesn't have to feel reckless. Memcoins, a cultural force, and a terrible investment. When Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong posted a picture from his wedding in October, crypto users rushed to mark the occasion by creating rival cryptocurrencies dedicated to a fluffy, white dog that appeared in the pic with the bride and groom. One faction, declaring the pooch's name was Russell, launched a token of that name, flooding social media with memes of the Akita Inu. No, insisted another faction. The dog's name was Hashbrown, they said, posting a stream of similar memes. If this sounds ridiculous, it is. But it's also serious money. During the brief course of the Hashbrown versus Russell debate, speculators bid the value of the pair of coins to well over $10 million. It's just one example of the memcoin phenomenon, one of the defining features of the most recent crypto bull market. The idea for these coins, which are typically launched in response to a fleeting pop culture moment and sustained by social media hype, is hardly new. The original memcoin, Dogecoin, debuted in 2014. But in the past 2 years, platforms like Pump Fund have made it easy to spin up and distribute new cryptocurrencies in minutes. Unlike crypto's small family of blue chips, memcoins have no utility or future cash flow, which makes them terrible investments. But that hasn't stopped gamblers from propelling some coins to stratospheric values. As of mid-March, relative newcomers like Bonk and Farcoin had amassed respective market values